And I talk a little bit about it in my YouTube channel. I created a video explaining, but it wasn't actually like the complete story. And I never really talk about it in any platform until now.
Oh,
Wow.
Please subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay tuned to the latest updates at the Powder Room Talk.
Hello, I'm JJ Liu. Welcome to the Powder Room. The Powder Room is where it gets real, and we thought with such unprecedented times that are happening right now, it's a good time to talk about letting go and moving forward. With us today is Affi Assegaf, who many know as the beauty influencer that gives the real deal reviews on beauty products. Yet what she is known more notably for is in 2007, this Mumpreneur founded Female Daily, which has now become the largest Indonesian beauty platform. Yet in 2019, Affi took an interesting turn, which is she left the baby she founded. She once again allowed her entrepreneurial streak to take flight and founded two other companies, a beauty consulting firm called Venas and Kamayu Beauty. So we're really excited to be able to unpack this topic about letting go and moving forward into new things with Affi. Without further ado, come on into the powder room.
Hi!
So wonderful to have you here with us today at the powder room.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're really excited about today's talk, actually.
Yeah.
But before we go into that, I want to hear first how you and Regina actually met.
So it was back years ago because I used to work in beauty industry, still working in the beauty industry. So Affi was well known as a beauty guru, one of the beauty guru, due to the Female Daily platform for sure.
Okay, yes.
So she had, at that time still you had what, blogs probably and
Yep.
Instagram account. She only started the YouTube last year or 2 years
Two
back,
years-
I think.
2 years ago,
back. So
yeah.
YouTube was pretty new for her. But she's always well known for her honest review. And so if you want to know review about products without being biased, I think she can be someone who really talk about how she feels about the product.
Yeah.
And she has quite a sensitive skin too. So I think a lot of people with sensitive skin will relate to her that not every bloggers or influencer has a perfect skin.
Yeah.
You know, and then
that's so
that's
good.
how I met her. So only in 2019 we had a chat in the train from Bandung to Jakarta. And I was so impressed because she went through a lot of struggles, you know, and also her decision of leaving Female Daily. So yeah, it will be very interesting to unpack that today because it's not only about making decision in leaving something that you built, but I think it's more than just that.
Today we're having some of Ristorante Bottega's signatures, one of them being this delicious truffle egg pizza. They have great mocktails like the Hawaiian here, and they're spoiling us with this beautiful flaky Nutella puff pastry and also these chicken lollipops with a lovely sweet chili dip. Here we have the creamy Winterfell mocktail with candied orange. And we're also having the Mamma Mia with banana and passion fruit. And my favorite one, the Positano with strawberry and peach.
I really look forward to having like some real talks with you, especially I am particularly really intrigued with your decision behind leaving the company that you built, Female Daily,
Right.
especially when there is still so much potential
Yeah.
to be unpacked and opportunities to explore. And I think it is actually a great time, and I really think your story would help our audience be able to have some good introspection Because right now in these unprecedented times, I think many of us face circumstances and unexpected situations, and sometimes we don't really know how to digest it. So I would really love to hear your stories today.
So many people still ask me that question, even though so I left Female Daily late 2018, but I didn't announce it until 2019, correct? And it's already 2 years, and people still come up to me and ask me, why is it that you left, right? Because understandably, people were wondering, because Female Daily was something I built. I built it in 2007 with my partner Hanifa Badar. At that time, as you can imagine, the digital world is not like it is now. Was not like it is now.
Was there only, like,
were you on
Wikipedia?
was there Facebook yet?
Wikipedia,
Yes, Facebook
yes.
was there, yes.
Facebook, yes, but people were not.
MySpace? Was
Yes,
it? Was
exactly.
it MySpace?
MySpace, Friendster, yeah.
Oh, you should, young millennials watching this will know.
And blogs. Everyone was
Yeah.
having like blogs.
Yes,
right?
exactly. So
Yeah.
Female Daily, early Female Daily was exactly that. So blogs and forums. So
Yeah.
because at that time there wasn't any platform for Indonesian women to kind of like connect, to share, to inspire each other. So that's really what we wanted to do, and that's what we successfully did. So we created this amazing community of women. We became also a media. We became a review platform. We became basically the community is really at the heart of Female Daily.
Where people go to if they want to check on the product reviews.
Yeah, product
Or it
reviews,
was
anything.
before the time of influencers, and or you
Before,
were
way
like you were
before.
like with the whole platform like one of the first
I
influencers.
would maybe yes, I would say
Queen
that even though
Mama
the OG.
The godmother of beauty influencers.
In that time, 2007, 2009, not many. Yes,
No,
still
no.
not as many as now. For sure.
I don't think you even know the term influencer
Yeah.
at that time. So, so we're able to do that, and I'm incredibly proud of Female Daily then and now. But yes, I did leave the company, and unfortunately, when people ask me that question, I cannot really answer it with a straightforward answer. There is no like one sentence one sentence answer because there are many factors behind it. And I talk a little bit about it on my YouTube channel. I created a video explaining, but it wasn't actually like the complete story. And I never really talk about it in any platform until now.
Oh, we feel very honored. Thank you, Afi.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel really comfortable with you guys. So I feel like maybe it's an important story to share, because I don't know, maybe it will help someone out there listening to this. So what really triggered the decision to leave Female Daily was actually a personal reason, because I was supposed to get married. So I was engaged. I was with this person for 7 years, and the plan was that we were going to get married, and after that we would leave the country. So move out of the country. And because I wasn't going to be in Indonesia, it was going to be hard for me to stay in Female Daily. Of course, knowing that, it still took me a long time to arrive to that decision, because how could I, right? I mean, it's my baby, it's something I gave birth to, something I built. So I had a lot of conversation with my partners. At that time, it was the three of us, Hanifa, Novita, and me. And it took us, I had many conversations with them about this. So it took me maybe almost 2 years, so more than a year, almost 2 years, to finally say, yes, okay, I guess I'm leaving. I mean, there was no other choice. Unfortunately, along the way, the plan kind of fell apart. I mean, the personal plan fell apart, so the engagement broke off. But apart from that, so separate from that, I also arrived at the point where I felt like maybe I needed a change in my life. You know, maybe I was ready to kind of move on and start a new chapter in my life. I fully realized that it was a huge, actually two huge life-changing decisions that I was facing, right? Because one is like breaking off a 7-year relationship, and then another one is like leaving this company that I built. But I don't know why at that time there was something in me that said, okay, maybe I need to start over. And by starting over, it's like both personally and professionally. And as much as it was sad for me to to be making those decisions. I feel like I did make the right decisions. You know, I feel like I can confidently say that I am where I am. You know, yeah. I mean, I'm happy where I am right now. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I am always proud of Female Daily. I'm always, always be supporting them, supporting my partners and Female Daily. But like I said, I'm just happy where I am right now. So I made the right decision. I feel like.
Yeah, and I also remember that. I remember the story because she told me the story, and it was tough, right? It was difficult because she was with a guy for 7 years. But even before that, I'm also very proud of her because I admire her because she is still a single mother, right? That's something that not many people talk about.
Yeah.
So she has a daughter, a sweet daughter,
sweet 13-year-old,
sweet 13-year-old, sweet teenager. Oh.
So
You'll get there.
I have another 5 years until she's
Right.
So yeah, I think that alone will set her apart. Being single mom was not easy in Indonesia in a way, right? With a lot of talks and everything.
Yeah, so when Regina said that, I was sad when we were, when we had this event in Bandung. I had just broken off at that time. So it was like literally 2 days before the event that I had formally. So of course at that time, like the relationship itself was kind of coming to an end, but the formal decision just happened 2 days before that trip. So,
But she was still very
but I
professional,
couldn't. Of course, I couldn't.
She's still very professional.
I mean, this is Queen Mama, the OG, who raised a daughter, built a company while going through her own personal.
this
Wow, that is so admirable. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that makes me like emotional just thinking about it.
It was. I think when I heard that, I said. It was not easy, because it seems like it happened to you twice, right? You broke up, divorced with the first one, then the second one you almost got married, and then at the end you broke up with that guy.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of changes in her life on how moving into seasons. So yeah, I'm really admired with that story. No?
Wow, I think your decision must have been disappointing for quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. I mean, like the ones working with you, the ones, I mean, especially after, you had the breakup and you still decided to go on with your decision, where probably everyone else would have been like,
Going back.
oh, thank God she's going back, like,
Yeah, it was a little bit complicated, but I think in the end, people who knew the true story, the full story, they understood where I was coming from. So
it takes so much courage and openness to be able to just share, and like these, because those were really, like you said, major moves, like life's decision.
Yeah.
And it just also triggered something inside of me as I was listening to you, was that it made me think that, as we mature in life, I think each and every one of us in different contexts will have to face making some tough decisions.
Yes.
And those tough decisions are what actually kind of opens the door and moves us into a different season, so to speak, in life. And what I notice normally also when we're making those difficult decisions, they become unpopular quite quickly because it usually relates with a place, a person, or an external circumstances. And for yours, it was two major decisions, one on a personal level involving your relationship with someone, and then the other on a context of the company that you built with what, like Viola was saying, it must have disappointed people. And what my observations from that is usually, I think nobody has any issues with those decisions if they were just, revolving like me, myself, and I. Like if I were to give like a really silly example, it's like if one day I decided and announced like, oh guys, I'm not gonna eat KFC for the rest of my life. Nobody's gonna be like, everyone's like, you're not gonna have KFC for the rest of your life? Oh, okay then, sure. Maybe they just think like, oh, JJ just decided to like not make some drastic junk food decision. My friends, nobody's gonna be affected by that decision because it's me, myself, and I. And I think like usually when people take an issue with our big decisions in life is because actually they have certain form of vested interest in it.
True.
And therefore they would try to convince us to stay in it. And that made me want to ask everyone like this question, which is how do we actually manage these negative reactions to decisions that we know are the right thing to do, especially in that point in time and for our current season in life, but they are unpopular or perhaps even taboo for many. Like
Right.
how do we manage that, right?
For me, well, when I listen to Afi just now the story, yeah, but it's true. Sometimes we make decision that is quite taboo. I think her being single mom at that time, divorce, making decision to get a divorce was a taboo for Indonesian culture, especially. And maybe related to my own story was when I almost got married too. 8 years back. Wow, it's so long now. Was it 8? No, actually, almost 10 years back. Venue was set, wedding dress was there. I already sent save the date to my friends overseas.
Wow.
And then, yeah.
Did they book flights?
They did. Some of them from Canada and US. So, but I think, but then I think 5 months before the wedding itself, we kind of like broke up. So I decided to actually not going through with the wedding. It was a very tough decision, and believe me, not many people were happy. But I'm grateful that my parents understand. They understood at the time why I made the decision. But of course, a lot of people couldn't, right? And for me, like your question, how do I deal with the negative input from the other people? It was like, as long as I know that what I am doing was true to my conviction, and I have no regrets about it, I will still making that decision in my life. Because I don't think people's opinion will define my future. Your future is not defined by what other people are saying about you. As long as you know that the decision that you take is right.
Yeah.
And you have that conviction. Problem is, a lot of people do not have that convictions, right? And when you do not have that convictions, you let other people's negative input or feedback to affect you.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important for you to know why you are doing what you are doing, the reason why, and have that conviction, so you will not let the negative opinions from others to bring you down or to define who you are.
Or define your future.
Yes.
But I think sometimes it's not just that you're not convinced of what you're doing is right or wrong, but I think like in your situation, I think I know some of I know some people who've been in the same situation and they went on with it because disappointing other people was worse than living with the wrong decision for the rest of their lives. And seeing that in my friends, and that they went like in some particular friends, and that they went through with it, it was like such a disaster.